This image may be one of the most terrifying things humanity has ever seen. Because according to NASA, almost everything you think exists in the universe might actually be invisible. Not hidden. Not far away. Invisible. A few weeks ago, astronomers working with the James Webb Space Telescope quietly released one of the deepest dark matter maps ever created. And the internet immediately noticed something disturbing. The universe doesn't look random anymore. It looks structured. Connected. Almost engineered. Gigantic invisible filaments stretch across space like a hidden skeleton beneath reality itself. And according to scientists, everything we can see, every galaxy, every star, every planet, may simply be trapped inside this invisible framework. But here's where things become deeply unsettling. Nobody actually knows what dark matter is. Which means humanity may have just discovered the architecture of something we still cannot understand. And tonight, we're going to talk about why some scientists are starting to believe the universe is far stranger than we were ever told. Intro. The thing holding the universe together for most of human history, people believed the night sky was simple. Stars. Planets. Galaxies. Light and darkness. But over the last few decades, astronomy has uncovered something horrifying. The visible universe doesn't make sense. Galaxies spin too fast. Clusters stay together when they should fly apart. Massive structures bend light using gravity from something nobody can see. It was as if the universe contained enormous amounts of hidden mass, something invisible, but powerful enough to control entire galaxies. Scientists gave it a name. Dark matter. And even today, after decades of research, we still don't know what it actually is. Think about that for a second. Humanity built telescopes powerful enough to see billions of years into the past. We photographed black holes. We landed machines on Mars. But the thing making up most of the universe? We still cannot identify it. And now James Webb may have exposed just how enormous this hidden structure really is. The Webb discovery. When the James Webb Space Telescope launched, scientists expected beautiful images. They expected ancient galaxies. Maybe a few surprises. They did not expect reality itself to start looking wrong. Because the deeper Webb looked, the stranger the universe became. First came the impossible galaxies. Massive mature galaxies appearing far too early after the Big Bang. Then came the little red dots. Objects so bright and massive they shouldn't exist that early in cosmic history. And now, dark matter maps are revealing gigantic hidden structures spread across space like veins. Some astronomers now describe the universe as a cosmic web, and honestly, that description is terrifying, because when you look at the maps, it doesn't look natural. It looks like a giant interconnected system. Huge invisible filaments stretching for unimaginable distances. Galaxies forming along those lines like droplets of water gathering on spider silk. And suddenly the universe feels less like empty space, and more like something constructed. The internet starts panicking the moment these images started spreading online. People lost their minds. Reddit threads exploded. YouTube theories spread everywhere. TikTok creators started calling it the skeleton of the universe, and the disturbing part? Even scientists admitted the maps looked eerie. Because dark matter isn't scattered randomly. It forms patterns. Massive structures. Almost like a hidden nervous system running beneath reality itself. Some users compared it to brain cells. Others said it resembled giant neural networks. And then one theory appeared over and over again. What if the universe itself functions like a gigantic cosmic intelligence? Now scientifically, there's no evidence for that. But the reason people became obsessed with the idea is because the images feel wrong. They trigger something psychological. You look at them, and your brain immediately starts trying to recognize patterns. And the more detailed Webb's the terrifying possibility here's where things get uncomfortable. Scientists currently believe normal visible matter only makes up around 5% of the universe. 5%. Everything humanity has ever seen, every ocean, every mountain, every human being, every civilization in history, may only represent a tiny visible layer of reality. The rest? Dark matter. Dark energy. Unknown physics. Unknown structures. Unknown forces. Imagine discovering you've spent your entire life inside a house, only to realize 95% of the building was hidden behind the walls. That's basically where modern cosmology is right now. And Webb is making that reality impossible to ignore. The ghost galaxies. Then astronomers discovered something even stranger. Ghost galaxies. Galaxies that appear to contain almost no visible stars, yet still possess enormous gravitational influence. Meaning something invisible is holding them together. Some researchers believe these galaxies are almost entirely made from dark matter. Think about how insane that sounds. Entire galaxies, floating silently through space, completely invisible. Right now, there could be gigantic structures drifting through the universe that humanity literally cannot see. Not because they're far away, but because our eyes, and our instruments, can barely detect them. That realization changed the tone of the discussion completely. Because suddenly dark matter wasn't just a scientific mystery anymore. It became existential. Webb keeps making things worse. The deeper Webb looks, the more impossible the universe becomes. Ancient galaxies appeared too advanced. Black holes formed too early. Cosmic structures look too organized. And now astronomers are starting to suspect dark matter played a much bigger role in shaping reality than previously believed. Some theories suggest dark matter created giant gravitational scaffolding immediately after the Big Bang. Meaning galaxies may have formed around invisible structures that already existed. Think about the implication there. Visible reality may simply be growing on top of something hidden beneath it. Like mold spreading across an invisible framework. And if that's true, then humanity may have misunderstood the universe from the very beginning. The simulation theory connection. Now this is where discussions online become really disturbing. Because people started connecting the cosmic web to another idea. Simulation theory. Again, there is no evidence the universe is a simulation. But the visual resemblance between dark matter maps and giant information networks immediately triggered speculation. Some compared the structures to computer-generated node systems. Others said the universe looks computational. Layered. Programmed. And then one physicist made a comment that spread across the internet almost instantly. The universe may process information in ways we still don't understand. That single sentence sent people spiraling into theories. Because if reality itself operates like an information system, then dark matter might not just be invisible mass. It could represent something much stranger. Something structural. Something fundamental. And suddenly, what began as a telescope discovery started sounding like science fiction. The existential fear. But honestly, the scariest part of all this isn't aliens. It isn't black holes. It isn't hidden galaxies. It's the realization that humanity may barely understand reality itself. For centuries, we assumed science was gradually explaining the universe. But Webb has created the opposite feeling. Every new image creates more confusion. Not less. The deeper we look into space, the less familiar it becomes. And right now, astronomers are facing a possibility they rarely say out loud. Maybe our current understanding of the universe is incomplete at a fundamental level. Not slightly wrong. Fundamentally wrong. And if that's true, then the next decade of discoveries may completely change humanity's view of existence. Final reveal. Think about this carefully. Right now, you are living inside a universe where most matter is invisible, where gigantic hidden structures control galaxies, where ancient black holes formed impossibly early, and where scientists openly admit they do not understand most of reality. That's not science fiction anymore. That's modern astronomy. And James Webb is only getting started. Because every time the telescope stares deeper into space, it reveals another impossible mystery. Another anomaly. Another terrifying question. And maybe the most disturbing possibility of all, is that the universe was never simple to begin with. Maybe humanity only saw the surface. And now, for the first time in history, we're starting to glimpse what's underneath. Ending CTA. So what do you think? Is dark matter simply invisible mass? Or are we discovering something far stranger hiding beneath reality itself? Comment your theory below. Because the deeper scientists look into the universe,